Doctors and nurses, what have been your "why didn't you come in sooner" moments? I was working in the hospital when a patient was brought in by her son, who said he was taking care of her. When she arrived on the unit, I started a full skin assessment as part of our routine. When I removed her socks, I saw something that made my stomach drop, a toe that had completely fallen off. Not just any toe, but a gangrenous, blackened toe lying there where it should have been attached. I froze for a second, trying to process what I was seeing. This wasn't just a bad wound or an ulcer, this was something horrifying. The tissue had died and completely separated from the foot. It was a smell that I can't describe well, something rotten and pungent. The foot itself was swollen, red, and obviously infected. The son looked around nervously when I showed him. He insisted he had no idea when his mother's foot had gotten that bad. He told me he took care of her every day and had never noticed anything wrong. I wanted to say something, but there were no words. How could someone not notice their mother's toe had died and fallen off? How do you not see or smell something like this? It was by far one of the nastiest, most severe cases of neglect I'd ever witnessed. The patient was weak, barely able to talk, and she clearly had been suffering for a long time. The infection was so severe it was spreading rapidly, and the doctors immediately started treatment with IV antibiotics. The surgery team was called in to evaluate whether amputation was necessary. It was heartbreaking, but there was also a deep frustration in the room. This could have been caught and treated weeks, maybe months earlier. If she had come in sooner, she might have kept her foot and avoided such a serious infection. Her son kept apologizing and saying he didn't know, that he had been busy and that she was difficult to care for. But the truth was clear. Something had gone terribly wrong, and someone had failed her. The case haunted me for days afterward. The image of that fallen-off toe stuck with me, not just because it was so graphic, but because it represented a failure that no one should ever have to experience. The patient fought through treatment but was left with permanent damage. The son never fully grasped how bad it had gotten before they finally came to the hospital. It's the kind of story that reminds you why early care and attention matter so much. It's also a stark reminder of how easily people can suffer in silence, even when they have someone taking care of them.